everyone, this is Just Fake Network TV, a home of accurate news. For those who subscribe to our channel, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you are yet to subscribe, please kindly press the subscription button below. And now the news in details. Urji Kalu bags 12 years imprisonment. The Federal High Court in Lagos has convicted the former governor of Abia State, Urji Kalu, who was charged with 7.1 billion naira fraud. The court found him and his co-defendants guilty of the entire 39 counts filed against them by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. Justice Muhammad Idris sentenced Kalu to 12 years imprisonment, while he ordered the winding up of Kalu's company, Slug Nigeria Limited, charged as third defendant in the case. Wow, this is serious. So Kalu is now being sentenced to 12 years imprisonment, from government house to Senate and then to the prison. And as you all know who Kalu is the chairman of the Daily Sun, a Nigeria daily print newspaper, and is also the chairman of the News Telegraph, Nigeria's first politically independent all-national newspaper. And years back, he was being arrested by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. That was years back, on charges of corruption while serving as the governor of Abia State. And later, they released him. I didn't know what happened then that they released him. Maybe he actually did something to bribe them. We don't know what happened. And now, Nemesis is catching up on Kalu. And then, I believe Urji Kalu should be made to refund the 7.6 billion naira that is stole from Nigeria. I think he needs to refund that. And I believe that putting him in prison for 12 years will not even serve any useful purpose, but all the politicians who have taken our commonwealth in one way or the other should be made to refund it. And this will serve as a lesson to all of them all. The National Assembly should pass an act on the parliament that any politicians convicted should not be allowed to contest election again in Nigeria. And which is good. If they do like that, it will serve as a lesson to the rest of them all. The president should publish the names of all the looters and the amounts they have stolen. This is the only way Nigeria can believe he is fighting corruption. Which is good. Corruption should start from the politicians. Corruption should start from our leaders. This should serve as a lesson to all of them all. And somebody made a comment and said, congratulations, EFCC. Justice is finally served. But just thinking aloud, why is it that we are yet to see conviction of former northern Muslim governors? I've been the only governors from the south thief money. Trust me, they need to even query the others governors from the northern side too. Because the things that we are hearing is just the other side. The southern, the south, the east. But what of the north? We need to hear from them too. And somebody said, kudos to President Obasanjo that started this fight, even when Urji Kalu was in the same party with him, unlike President Buhari, who is making saints out of criminals because they joined APC, but others should know that there is no hiding place for criminals anymore. He said, no value had. WSA, the SAR, is an arrogant, vindictive, and temperamental abusive thief. People must shit the fool until we get back all the money he stole from us. They said, when we said this man is the real econo-political command, his followers think we were just anti-hustler. This man doesn't respect law at all, as despite in the above photos. They said 12 years jail will replace the money he stole. It should not be. He supposes to pay the money and now go to jail for afflicting suffering on his people in Abia State. Wicked people. It sounds right to him. I thought he joined the APC to be free and a saint. Igbo leaders indeed. Those that betray Indigbo and Nigeria must one day suffer their evil. Where is Oshiomhole to save him? They have used him, finish and dump him. An ex-convict remain an ex-convict forever. So this is a lesson to to other politicians. This is a lesson for them. And kudos to the court, kudos to EFCC for doing their job. And the EFCC should reflect that job to the north too, not only on the other side. They should reflect it to the north, because I believe their home will be worst. The politicians in the north and other people will be worse than Urji Kalu. And kudos to them once again. And they say at least Nigerians are happy with one President Muhammadu Buhari for this justice. There are still many. So President, EFCC and Judiciary still have a lot of work to do. Up Buhari, up EFCC, up Judiciary in Nigeria. Politicians have milked us dried in Nigeria. Trust me, all those politicians, they have milked us. They have spent our money. They have suffered us. And this is the time for us to gain what they have stolen from us back. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing that Urji Kalu is being sentenced to 12 years imprisonment. But at the same time, he needs to refund that money back. He needs to refund the money that he spent, that the money that he lavished. He needs to refund it back. That is what we want. Look at it. When Obasanjo said Kalu was corrupt, it sounded as if Obasanjo hates him. Obasanjo is the only person who fought the people that is in the same political party with him as long as you are corrupt. So let Kalu return the money and go. No need going to prison. Trust me, he needs to go to prison, because before you know it, and it is true, before you know it, the 12 years will be complete. But he still needs to refund the money back. He needs to refund the money back. That is what Nigerians want right now. That is what we want right now. And somebody said the rich also cry kudos, but we still have many of them on the list of loots. And at the same time, they should ban for contesting any election in Nigeria, or else this is a stage. Managed judgment. Again, what about the noble rockers, Amechi, Gotwe Akpabio, and all of them all? If not, this is pure. The more you loot, the less you see judgment, because all these people are born criminals that looted their state dry. Wow, this is a good news. At least he is being sentenced to 12 years imprisonment, though we want him to return the money that he spent. The 7.6 billion naira, the court's supposed to allow him to return that money back. Wow. So from government house to Senate and then to the prison, Urji Kalu. So my viewers today, kindly drop your comments below, click on the subscription button, and also press the bell icon to get updates whenever I upload videos. Bye.